You guys just knocked off MSU-Mankato. You led the team with 24 points. You guys came in a significant shooting slope. It's got to feel good. You guys shot 60% from the floor and 50% from three-point range.
Yeah, it felt awesome to knock shots down. We knew it was due time and just a matter of time until we started knocking them down, and it seemed like a lot of people were on tonight, so we just got the win because of it.
Four total, you guys were in double digits. How much does it help to know that you're not the only person who's got to put the ball in the bucket?
It alleviates a lot of pressure off of me. I knew that a lot of my teammates are capable of also putting it in the hole, but it's just fun playing team basketball when everyone's a threat and you can just not focus on that one person, but everyone is a scorer, and just they have to focus on all five of us out there instead of just one person. So.
Can you pinpoint any one thing that changed from tonight from last night?
Other than obviously shooting, I would say we just wanted it a lot more than we ever have before, and it showed, and we made the hustle plays, we did the little things to win, and I'm just really excited about where we are right now.
Huge victory, knocked off a team that's been undefeated coming in. The team shot 28% last night. You guys hit 50% from the floor and 60% from three-point range tonight. What happened?
I'd say isn't basketball a funny game? You know, we don't do anything different. And again, I'm happy for our kids. You know, anytime I've been interviewed, anything, I really haven't freaked out saying, well, boy, we're the worst team. But again, once in a while you got to be able to see the ball go in the basket, and I just could get that sense once Laura Johnson really got going in the first half, kind of got us going, and then in the second half we kind of reversed the role, and Rush came back with, I think, 20 points in the second half. But again, we were willing to share the basketball. Mankato switched their defenses up once in a while. We made some good decisions, and it's just fun to see the ball go in the basket and show some of the success, some of the type of team that we could be this year. So very proud of the kids, especially going into Christmas break. You know, nobody wanted to go in lose on a big losing streak. So very proud of the kids here tonight.
It's been a while since you've had two 20-point scores, and with Laura Johnson and Rushton, it was kind of similar to kind of a Jamie Hope or Vanessa Johnson. I asked Laura about it, and just knowing that she doesn't have to be the only one that puts the ball in the bucket just took a ton of stress off of her shoulders. Yeah,
for sure. We talked to our kids at shoot-around today, talking about you can't always just have one kid. You got to have that second and third score and then sprinkle them in. You know, the good teams always have those three kids that just are pretty consistent on getting their points, and then we see where else you can come and get some of your points. So, you know, I think our 2 wins in the conference, you know, we go back to the Southwest game, and I think we had 4 people in double figures. You know, we really had Lauren McGinnis step up that game, and we had a number of kids have a J.C. Ulmer had a nice game. You know, and we come here today, we got Laura Johnson again, but we did have Rush step up. We had Teagan come out with 10 points, and I think there was somebody else that had 10. So just all in all, it was just a nice effort for our kids. And you know, if we want to be successful, you got to have 3 or 4 kids in double figures.
Historically, your teams are always known as being sharpshooters from beyond the arc, and coming into the game, you guys were around 27%, shooting better than 60% tonight from three-point range. Again, it's just they were just dialed in from the tip-off. Yeah, you know, I kind of made the joke, as I said, I thought we got a lot of threes, maybe that they weren't ready for. But then I say too, is like if you go on the stats, we're the worst three-point shooting team in the league. You know, I don't know how much I guard us either. But again, people know, hey, that's what we want to do, and once in a while you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. But I just thought our kids had their legs about them tonight. You know, they stepped into their shots and they knocked some big ones down. So all in all, like I said, you know, for the kids, you know, going into Christmas, for Coach, there's my Christmas present. I needed a win going into it. But again, you know, we're going to win some games this year and we're going to lose some games. But if we have this effort in terms of shooting the basketball, defensively, you're rebounding the basketball, hey, I'm not saying we're going to win every game, but we're going to sure compete and give ourselves an opportunity to win a lot of games. Not to put a damper on all the positives, but I did notice season high again for turnovers with 23.
Yep, you know, and that's one thing. If you would look at probably our last 4 games, we haven't had many turnovers at all. But this game, Mankato does get out in pressure, and we didn't handle pressure real well down the stretch. You know, 16 of those turnovers were in the first half, which kind of tossing around a little bit. But again, some of that got to give some credit to Mankato for getting out and pressuring, and they went to kind of a defense called the Buzz once in a while, and we had a couple turnovers there that were just, we have a couple kids that we just like to make home run plays. I'm like, before they even passed it, I wish I had that remote control, or I could pause. I'm like, that's got no chance of getting there. But again, to be able to go through a game like this and put yourself in a position to win a basketball game, I think there's so much that we can take from this game in learning good things and bad things.
Coming back from the break, obviously it'll be nice to have a couple of players back. Amber should be healthy, and then it'd be nice to see Holly Egan back on the court.
I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be 100 times better when you have Holly Egan on the floor. She's the epitome of what I call that glue kid. She's kind of what you mentioned, Vanessa and Jamie. From last year, she's our Vanessa and Jamie this year, who has been with me, pretty much started every game that she's been healthy for me, and she just has that intangible leadership. She can score it and this, that, and she's a senior. Some of those things. So I couldn't be more excited about having Holly back. As long as she doesn't slip on the ice again, like she did, to be able to prolong it, we're going to be really excited about having her back.